Hey, what's up guys, this is Liam or weagal on the Overpowered channel. We've got a new series for you guys. We're going to be showing you how to rank up in CSGO. We're going to be starting with recoil control. We're going to be moving through into a lot more in-depth tactics and things in other episodes. I'm going to show you how I got from Silver 1 to Legendary Eagle Master in only a few months and eventually how to get to Global Elite. So in this first episode, we're going to be going through recoil. We're going to start off with the AK-47 and the M4. And then later on in the video, we'll be showing you guys how to use the pistols, SMGs, when you cannot shoot in CSGO. So, the #1 rule. Do not move and shoot on CSGO. The first thing you'll learn straight away is to not move and shoot. It's not Call of Duty, okay? I know we post some of that over here, but this game is not Call of Duty. There are some guns that you can move and shoot with, such as the Tech 9, the P90, and a few other select pistols and SMGs, and I will cover them later on in another video, but for now we're focusing on the assault rifles. So before I get you guys shooting any bodies, I wanted to talk you through how recoil works briefly. As you'll see with the M4, when you shoot, your bullets kind of go up in this backwards 7 shape. This is called a recoil pattern. You get one of these for every gun in the game other than the sniper rifles, and they're different for most of the guns. Some of them are similar, and I'll explain how the AK is similar to the M4 in a second. But your aim with these recoil patterns is to get as many bullets as you can to the same spot as close as possible, so you got the best chance of killing your enemies. As you'll see with the AK-47, the recoil pattern is very similar to the M4, although it's a little bit more spontaneous. It goes where it likes at times. It's a much bigger 7 shape, and again you want to learn controlled bursts, and the great thing about the AK-47 is that it's a one-shot headshot. So what you want to do with both of these weapons is aim for the head, drag down in a center line, shoot 7 bullets straight down and try and control that recoil, and maybe you'll get your kill. If you're aiming for the head and you hit the headshot, this way they're dead already, and if you miss that headshot, you've dragged down, you've compensated, and you will have killed your enemy. Before I move on to the SMGs, I just wanted to say the best thing you can do with all of these recoils is just to practice as much as possible. If you're at medium range, like I say, 6 or 7 bullets and draw down them in a line to hit them. If you're at a longer range and you want to tap fire, and if you're close range, you can spray as much as you want as long as you learn them recoil patterns. Just to summarise, the things that you should be doing when going for the recoil with the ARs is always aim at head height, no matter where you are. Always aim walking around a corner around head height, shoot in the head. If you miss, drag down 6 or 7 bullets and then you'll get that kill. You can spray more if you're a lot closer to them. And just a few more additional things on the side. You want to sort out your resolution and sensitivity as soon as possible. I play on 4:3 aspect ratio, 800:600. This may not work for you, you need to tinker with this yourself. Sensitivity and DPI and the mouse that you use can be important. There's a lot of tutorials and videos on that. I play on a 600 DPI and a 2.3 sensitivity, which is relatively high. And headset, you always want to make sure, even if it's just headphones plugged into your PC or your monitor, you want to have some sound because it always helps in these games. Okay, so now that I've spent the first 3.5 minutes telling you guys that you cannot move and shoot in CSGO, I'm now going to explain to you what guns you can actually move and shoot with in CSGO. All of these guns are better when you're standing still, but there are guns that you can use to your advantage whilst moving, strafing, especially against certain weapons such as the AWP, SMGs, pistols. Moving and shooting can be very effective. I'm going to start off with the pistols, show you a little bit of the USP and the Tech 9. You'll see from both of these guns that they shoot very differently. They've got different recoil patterns from each other, although they're much tighter spread than most of the other guns in the game. You'll see by me shooting at the wall with the USP here that it's actually very accurate even when you spray it, but when you're at a long distance you're still better off tap firing for them headshots. The Tech 9 is a little bit more random. You might want to just run and shoot at the best of times, but if you get very good and you work out this recoil pattern exactly, stop and shoot, counter strafing, all of these things I'll be talking about in later videos, you will get really good with the Tech 9 as well. It's got more ammo, it's got different damage, and that's something you just learn as this game progresses. Now with the SMGs, I'll show you the P90 as it is the best one, but the other SMGs are also quite good at a medium to close range. You can move and shoot very, very effective. The P90 is particularly impressive because it's got a lot of ammo, it shoots quickly, and the recoil just drag down a little bit, aim at the chest from most ranges, and you're going to hit them in the head. You'll see as I'm spraying, running down my dummy friend Dutchy here, absolutely wrecking him from pretty much any distance as long as you know how to control the recoil. The final class that you can actually move and shoot with is the shotguns. You can also jump shot with these, but I'll get into that in a minute. The shotguns are very good in this game because not only are they pretty powerful at close range and useful, especially in ecos, they give you a hell of a lot of money reward bonus for getting kills with them, and you can move pretty quickly when you're using them too. So they're very good, and the jump shots can be very effective at the right time. What I say about these three types of weapons, the pistols, the shotguns, and the SMGs, is that they're not guns you can use all the time. You can't just constantly eco buy because the AK, the M4, and the AWP are all more effective than these weapons, but that does not mean that they are always useless. They can be very effective. Say 4 of your team can buy fully and you can only afford an SMG. That is well worth doing. You can always try and catch out an AWP, someone that's probably a lot more stationary, because if you're moving and shooting, it's a lot harder for them to shoot you, and with guns like the P90 and the shotguns and some of the pistols, moving and shooting, you can dink them in the head pretty easily. The recoil's a lot easier to control. Now the one point I do want to get across is that all of these weapons, pistols in particular, are a lot better when you are standing still. The USP is very accurate, very powerful, and very effective in an eco round or in a pistol round. I like the P250, although it's a little bit harder to control the recoil. After the first couple of shots, you need to be aiming at the chest. And with the Tech 9, it's just a spam machine, but I think you've learned that already just from playing the game for about 10 seconds. So to quickly summarise the pistols and SMGs, you want to be aiming at head height as always, same as everything, but you probably want to be controlling the recoil a little bit quicker than you do with the ARs. The first couple of bullets in the ARs go pretty straight, whereas with the SMGs, after the first few bullets, because there's so many and they shoot so fast, you want to be dragging straight down, aiming at the chest, and getting that headshot. All of this is practice. That's what it comes down to. So pistols, controlled at long range, you can spray at close. SMGs, don't use them at long range. Medium to close range, you can spray as much as you want, aim at the head and drag down. And shotguns, you want to aim for the center of mass at close range and headshot if you're at a distance. So the last thing I want to cover just quickly is about sniper rifles and a little bit about jump shotting. You can no scope with the sniper rifles, but at certain times in the right situations, the scout is by far the most accurate, followed by the auto rifles, and then the AWP at the end being the least accurate. You don't really want to no scope it. When you no scope, if you crouch beforehand, it makes it that little bit more accurate. I'm going to show you a quick demonstration of how you can jump shot with the scout. The scout is really, really good for this. It can be really effective if used in the right places and the right positions. With the AWP, you'll see in a second, you can jump shot with the AWP, but it's not always recommended. It's not that great. And with no scoping, as you've already seen, you can just pop one straight in the head. It goes pretty much dead center every time with the scout. So with the sniper rifles, all of them, you don't want to move and shoot, ever. There's no point. It's pure luck if you're moving and shooting. If you're using the SCAR or the other auto rifle, then you might be okay, but past that, it's really, really not worth it. One thing that is different about the sniper rifles to every other gun in the game is that as long as you're stood still, where you're aiming is where your shot's going to go at all times. There's no recoil pattern. You shoot your one bullet, you zoom out, you zoom in, and then your next bullet goes dead straight again. You only want one dedicated AWPer on each team, and the AWP is a really expensive weapon to buy as well. So these guns you want to practice with, just moving out, stopping, aiming in and shooting. You need to get the perfect timing in to move, stop, aim, shoot. It's a very, very quick motion, but that's the best way of explaining it to you guys. So that's just about everything I wanted to cover in this video. There's a hell of a lot of information in here, but I still wanted to keep it as basic as I can. If you wanted to see an in-depth tutorial, then let us know in the comment section down below. And for this channel, this isn't content that we usually do. So if you got this far and it did help you out, then make sure you smash that like button and let us know in the comments what you like particularly that really, really helped you out. So guys, that's everything. I'm going to let you watch the last little bit here of me just shooting this guy in the head. Have a great day, as always. Take care and peace, people.